Okay guys, what we got here is a 1992 Honda NSR250SP. So this is the top of the line dry clutch adjustable suspension MagTech wheels. That's the ticket to this top of the line one. So I got the bike, I imported it about 5 years ago directly out of Japan. When I got it, it was kind of dirty and had some broken things on it. The motor was seized up, stuck, and it was pretty dirty, had some damaged fairings, etc. But it actually was in very original good shape, like it had been sitting in a warehouse for 15 years. Now I found out early on, maybe 4 years ago, that the motor was stuck because gas had leaked out of the tank and dribbled into the cylinder and created this amber chunk of practically epoxy. So it wasn't a seizure due to piston seizure or blow up or anything like that. So I actually spent 2 weeks dissolving that crap and getting it out of there, and finally got it free and clear. So I went through all that. I tore the carburetors apart, rebuilt the carburetors, new jets, etc. Things I've done to it is clean the devil out of it, took it all apart, just got it back together. It had damage that appeared to be, fallovers at either low speed or parked. It had a crunch right here, and I actually did a video of repairing it, but I had it professionally painted. Now it came out 95%, but it's something you're never really going to see, as you can tell from the angles here. The other thing I worked on was the exhaust. I cleaned those up, kind of more factory looking, and you can see on this side as well. And the bike is very good. The panels are all original Honda, and it's got very nice panels, nice tank, minor scratches like they all have. There's a tiny scuff mark here that you can barely see. The nose fairing is excellent, except for the fact that this ear was broken off, as you can see. Now you're wondering why I put that back on, but it's such a nice fairing that it really needs to be professionally repaired. I don't really want to repaint the whole thing. I just wanted to spot repair it, and there are guys that will do that. And I'll get to that later, but you can see it's got an original windshield with the sticker on it, which I like. So that windshield's in excellent shape. A little bit more polishing, it would probably be mint, which it's darn close to mint now if you have seen these things coming out of Japan. Minor little blemishes here and there, but all original. Little rub mark there as it probably fell down at some point at low speed. Tiny scuffs. That's probably when they broke the ear there. But the other thing I did is I repainted this fairing brace, as you know, and I repainted the shifter, and cleaned up these exhausts a lot. It's going to need new tires. It's got the MagTech wheels. They could be cleaned a little bit more. Ultimately, you would want to repaint them if you're looking for a showpiece. I just put in a brand new chain slide. The other one disintegrated and fell apart. So if you're going to ride this thing, you're going to need tires, chain and sprocket maybe, and it's going to need more tuning. I can start this thing up right away, and it will rip down the street, but it won't idle great. It does idle better when it warms up more, but it still needs a little bit more fine tuning. So about this ear, the reason you're probably saying, well, geez, he's asking top dollar for one that's busted. Well, I have a very rare setup over here. I have a new, never installed, original Honda. I don't even take it out of the wrapper. And I was saving that for the next buyer who can transplant that original windshield over to this, and you have an absolute stunning fairing that has never, ever been touched. Never installed, and it is original old stock. So I think that's rarer than a 5-leaf clover, and you can play with that if you decide to buy it. I also have another aftermarket windshield, which is brand new, never installed, and I bought a Chinese knockoff fairing. And unfortunately, the Chinese knockoff, that came broken. Actually, this piece was snapped, but I glued it back on. I was going to reinforce it on the backside, which I've done in the past, and you could use it as a track piece or what have you. It doesn't match perfectly. Their blue is a little more vivid, but it's a good, standby, temporary. But those three pieces go with the bike, and that fairing is unheard of. That's probably worth $1,500 in itself, that thing. So just to show you, yeah, does it need more scrubbing and cleaning? Yes, I didn't do anything with the front forks. I would probably do the same thing I did with the exhaust, probably just polish them out and try to get them to a factory matte satin finish. You know, you're gonna want to like scrub off some of this rust in the future and etc etc. But overall, you know, you need new bits of rubber here and there, but overall this bike is in great shape and it is incredibly original. And you have to save this fairing because it's very good condition other than that piece missing. Now I started fabricating a piece which would go with the bike as well, but there are guys that specialize in touching those up and saving the originality as they did on this piece here. But inside the tank's great, and I'm gonna do a startup real quick just to show you guys that it runs good. Runs good, not great. It needs a little more tweaking. It could need pistons and rings. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you want to ride this regularly or race it or what have you, you're gonna need a little bit more work done to it. But I'm gonna do a start right now. Whoops, I want my camera to fall over. But and it will rip down the street with serious pull. But had it in gear. Sorry about that. Needs a little more tweaking, but it will rip like a regular two-stroke rips. I've only got stock jets in it, so it probably needs a bigger main jet and some tweaking with the idle. And I'm not going to deny that I would probably put a piston and rings in it soon, if not right away. Actually, probably right away if I was going to ride it. But anyway, the bike's really nice. Obviously, it's wicked rare, so let me know if you guys have an interest. Know if you guys have an interest, and we'll go from there. But again, other things I did to it, let me think. Oh, the front brake was frozen. I freed that up, got that working. All the lights and directionals work, all the gauges work, the temperature gauge, it's got everything there. It's in great shape. It hasn't been messed with, it hasn't been torn apart and molested. Everything appears to be 100% original. You know, it's decaled, not painted, and those were the original decals. All I'm missing is that little seat pad, but most people get rid of it anyway. And I do have the seat, or second rider clips down in here. Seat's in nice shape. Oh, I got a toolkit's in there. Original air box, not been cut up or anything. So it's a great bike, and I think it's going to make somebody really happy. They can do a little more tinkering with it, do the shocks, either paint them or polish them, like I said. And then swap this fairing out if you choose so to do. And like I said, it's got about 19,263 kilometers, and it even has Rothmans stickers in the gauges. Oh, and the other important thing is this apparently is the second to very last one ever made in 1992. This is 1,499 out of 1,500 units, according to the VIN number. So that is kind of interesting. It's a very late model 1992. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.